What if part of your soul's purpose has been interpreted through a mathematical average instead of where the moon's karmic path actually was when you were born? Let's talk about it. I often see people advising others that the nodes are only in retrograde, which is true depending on the calculation that you're using. So if you're using the mean node, it's always going to be retrograde in a birth chart. If you're using the true node calculation, it's not. It oscillates. I believe your birth chart is more alive than what people realize. So to me, it's not just simply a collection of frozen planets in time, but it's a living snapshot of the sky. And sometimes the methods we use to interpret it matter just as much as the placements themselves. So I always have every software that I have set to the true node instead of the mean node in my normal natal readings, right? Because for me, the answer comes down to movement, because the mean node is an average mathematical calculation, so it smooths out the motion of the lunar nodes and it creates a steady path backward through the zodiac, which is incredibly useful in like research, predictive work, and for astrologers who prefer a simplified, consistent model. The true node, however, follows what the moon's nodes were actually doing in the sky at the moment you were born. And because the moon's movement doesn't move in a perfectly smooth rhythm, the nodes don't either, right? It makes perfect sense. They oscillate. So sometimes they slow down and occasionally they move direct before continuing their overall retrograde motion. And for me, spiritually, I see that as important because your soul didn't incarnate into an average sky. It incarnated into a real one. Another part of the birth chart that often gets overlooked is intercepted signs. So an intercepted sign occurs when an entire zodiac sign is enclosed within a house. So you can have Taurus at the cusp, then maybe you have the next sign in the middle, and then you have the last sign at the end of the other cusp, right? So the one that's stuck and sandwiched in the middle, that's an intercepted sign. And there's some people out there that may see an intercepted sign as weak. I see it differently. I see a lot of things differently. To me, intercepted signs represent energy that develops from the inside out. So it's there from birth, but it isn't always immediately accessible. Life experiences gradually unlock it, often through like challenges, maturity, or repeated opportunities that call you deeper into that sign's wisdom. So when a planet sits inside an intercepted sign, the story becomes even more significant, right? Because that planet isn't absent, it's simply just waiting. And when I do readings, I'm paying attention to all of that. No single reading is the same because your birth chart isn't the same.